Truth, the truth.
Hey everybody, it's Marcia, also known as Teach Me to Dance Again. Well, I got through the day. I did not do my hair over in the morning, but I did try to freshen it up so it didn't look like I just rolled out of my bed, which is what I did, but it didn't want to look like it. So, I conditioned the edges and and the parts a little bit, but I have a lot of new growth. I don't know if you can see this. This is new, and I have a new patch of gray. It seemed like it just came out of nowhere. I didn't have, I have highlights throughout my hair of this silverness, but this is brand new. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to pull it away from the rest of the hairs by going opposite. This, I was like, where is all this fuzz coming from that's not in with the rest of the hair? And it's like, because it just grew in and it was just outside of the braid. And I'm like, wow. Well, I want a hair growth, so I'm getting hair growth. So the fullness is definitely increasing. Definitely more fullness, volume, even if it is silver. That's okay. But you can tell it's so hot again. You see it? How I'm sweating? Can you see that sweat on me? I'm sweating under my eyes, guys. This is crazy. But this is very obviously growth. New hair. It's obviously new hair that at one time was just like this, but now it is growing to the point where it has a little bit of length. When I say a little bit, it's a little bit, but I didn't have this. It was very thin back to here. You could barely see the hair. It looked like I didn't have hair in this area, and this area is still thinner, but you can see how, see that? Wow. I guess I'll stick with the braids, guys, even though it's kind of a pain in the neck to have to keep redoing them, as my new hair is growing and makes it worse. So I'll come back after I take them all out, and then we'll see what we're working with. Ooh, here we are. Wow. So I have a lot of body from those braids. I could probably make this really big if I just keep try fluffing it from the root. Get it forward, fluff it. Moving hair forward gives it a fuller look. I learned that from the tutorials. Alright, so now for round 2, I'm going to braid it back down again. Wow. Surprise, surprise. If you want full hair, do what the full hair people do. Wow. So here we are. Up close. How does it look? You can see my highlights in there. I wonder what it would look like if I just left it like this all day it would probably droop down from the heat. It depends on the weather. If it's too moist or rainy or whatever, um, I will lose, I think, the fluffy effect, and it'll start to like do those locks. And then the locks would just start to droop down. But look at how fluffy and big my hair is. I think I delivered on big hair here. Now, if I got the pick, could you imagine if I did the pick? I'm afraid to use the pick on this. All right. How's this? How's this? I could bring some down behind my ear. I could pull all of it over to one side. Uh-oh. 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 Look at that. Now that there's hair here, I can't get over it. Oh, wow. Not having hair in this spot right here, cancel all kind of hairstyles. Not having a good amount of hair right here in the front in the hairline, canceled the bangs. Canceled all of it. Didn't look right at all. Whoo. It's hot. Then, and my hair feels moisturized. And pull it forward to the side. Forward and to the side. Into a humongous ponytail on the side. Okay, so that's it. After I braid it, I'll show you the results. Well, I have to straighten it a little bit, I think. So this is what I was able to accomplish. I put a tiny bit of lotion and conditioner on it, and I made the strong part that I'm going to base all what I'm going to do on that part. On this part, everything's going to be based on that. And then, I just made 3 buns because I'm going to keep my bang, and I'll figure it out. But I'm going to put my wig cap on for a little while, and I actually have to run out. I'm always in a hurry, and I'm always quite busy. I don't know how people make time to be fiddling with their hair all the time, which is probably why, my hair might have been in better shape if I spent more time on it, but I just didn't have more time. So there's that factor. What do you do when you don't have time? So there's some conditioner on it because it was still kind of conditioned, but whenever I'm gonna be manipulating it and combing through it, especially since I skipped the morning comb through, so it hasn't been combed since yesterday, combed and brushed, and I didn't do all of it. I just kind of patchwork through the braids, but we definitely have to, tidy it up, and I'm gonna put braids back on it, and that's it. So I'll be back after I run out, do what I gotta do, come back, braid it up. I'll come back and let you see the finish. All done. So I tried a different technique. I made little bitty braids to grab the little hairs, and then I braided those together to make a thicker braid. Then I did several of them and then braided them together and then twisted some of them. So this is what I got. This over here, I finally have enough hair that I can do that, but it's still short. So that's the best that's gonna get. It's gonna be interesting what happens in the morning. I will probably have to redo it because it's really loose. And it's because this section is just really short. So my options are to just slick it down, pin it, or hope that this will have some kind of decent some decent look for tomorrow. So that's that side and this side, and I have some bigger braids that I coiled around. I have my 2 buns, but they're more in the back instead of like on the sides, and that's what it is. Braided side bun, braided side bang, and then braided side buns. So that's what it is. We'll see if it lasts for the whole day without getting too crazy, and maybe, just maybe, I could get 2 days out of it before I wash my hair and start all over from scratch. The rice water effect is still not perfected. So my hair is a little weird from the rice water treatment that I did on Sunday, last Sunday. But my hair is not rough. At least not all of it. I think there's certain parts that are kind of rough, but not very rough. Like the first time I tried rice water, my hair was like really rough and really, dull. This has sheen to it, and it's moisturized looking and everything. But when I first did the rice water, that wasn't the case, and I used oils and all, and it just wasn't helping. So I did something better this time, and I think it is that I used the other natural treatments, honey with the other stuff in it, and then the aloe treatment that we did the other day. So this is what it is. Have a good night, everybody. See you next time. Hey everybody, I figured I would extend this video. This is the end of the next day after I did the braids. I did them last night. We got through all of today looking quite fresh. And I predicted that these little braids were going to unravel and come out, and I was very wrong. So I did the braids right. What I did was I made really like small braids on the areas where I had a lot of new growth that was shorter than the rest of the hair. So I made little braids, teeny tiny braids, to pull those hairs in. And then after I had a collection of them, I either twisted or braided those together to make a bigger braid. And on this side, so that's twice braided, this is a triple braid. So you can see several braids are pulled into this one braid. Several braids are pulled into this twist. So teeny tiny braids, collection of braids braided into a braid, several of those collections of braids braided into one. So they look like almost normal size braids. For other people, they can just part their hair and get a normal size braid. Mine need a little bit of support to have more of a fuller braid. But take a look. I can't get over myself. My hair is so neat. What have I done since I've been home? I have applied my own special blend of oil to the scalp. and I have the dropper, so it really goes on to the scalp everywhere. And you know how, I don't know about you, but in my case, when I feel any kind of breeze or, I don't know, just having my scalp exposed irritates it sometimes in certain spots. It's like, I don't know, it feels like the hair is moving and it like a tickle, like it's an itch, but it's not like a itch. It's like a tickly, I hope nothing's on me kind of thing. So that my oil on my scalp completely gets rid of that feeling of, you know, I don't know if it's dry or if I'm feeling the hair is growing or I don't know, but my scalp is sensitive, and the minute I open up my head to the environment, feeling all kinds of sensations. But when I put my oil in and then I put my moisturizer, and I made sure that I oiled the braids themselves, and the tutorial videos I've been watching, um, those who take care of their braids actually condition them. You can even wash your braids, and I'm going to experiment and see how far I can get with these braids because I really did a good job. Almost no loose hairs are out, almost none. So I really captured the hairs in this style. Um, and the bird's nest section, I did have some breakaways, and I'm gonna hold it up. See this? And what my solution is, I'm going to braid it. I'm just gonna keep braiding down whatever's loosens up because I'm not gonna keep redoing my hair. Now this is after my hair was out in the rain. It's hot and humid here. It's not as hot as yesterday where I was dripping sweat. Um, Today was, on the warmer side. I wasn't dripping sweat, but it was definitely on the warmer side. So that's what I did, and that way the hairs can be anchored together, and I'm just going to tuck in the end of that teeny tiny braid. So now it's not going to look like it's fuzzy. So that worked. So that little section there, here's the braid. It's a teeny tiny braid. And then I'm just going to tuck it in right here. I can even get a bobby pin and pin it down. And I think that's what I'll do. I don't have any right here, but I'm going to pin this down, and then it will definitely stay down versus if I pin the loose hairs down, they still have ways to fly up. So that's it. I am really excited because this saved my life today. I had a very long day, started at 7 a.m., ending at 7 p.m., 12 hours of just straight running. And I'm grateful because that means my business is thriving, but it was straight running. It was straight running and just intense. And I did it. And my hair made it through the day looking fresh, through the humidity, through the rain, through everything. And don't act like you don't see these edges and how my hairline has started to make a comeback to be visible again. Thank goodness. I would not have been able to wear this hairstyle last year, or the last couple of years, last few years, because I just didn't have enough hair to pull it off. This thin section went all the way back here, so I would not have had anything to work with, really. Very little. It was okay to just brush it down, but not okay to like make a style with it. So that's it, folks. I think I'm going to just keep adding on to this video for a while. Well, I'll just keep adding on until the point I'm going to take the braids out and you can see my braid out. So I initially planned to do that in a few more days. So on Sunday, have the big braid out day and then do my treatment that same day. And that makes sense because, you know, having your hair out and whatever, it's going to need to have some attention come back to re-nourish it. So big braid out day would be Sunday. Today is Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days from now, 4 days. I'm going to see if each day I could just, you know, leave my hair like this. This was the lowest maintenance I've had in a while. I did take my two buns down. They're like my two braids that I would normally put in a bun, except they're made of braids. So it's braids made of braids and then twisted into a bun on either side. And you know, I'm going to keep massaging in the parts and making sure that the hair stays conditioned and nourished and nice. And I'll probably see if I can wash it tomorrow. You know, day after day of just sweating and having everything collect in the hair. It's not at least on my scalp, it's not a good feeling. And so I think a lot of people who have itchy scalps, they just need to get in and really wash it. I don't go more than a couple of days. When I say couple, I mean like two. On day two, my hair is like, listen, we have to start fresh. That's how my hair is. My hair does not tolerate going a week, a month, or whatever, like not combing, brushing, not condition, nothing, just leaving it like day after day after day. My hair has never wanted to live like that. That's not my hair. So everybody's different. Some people can do it. My hair is not interested in doing that. So I'm going to see though. This is day 2. How many days I can go without taking the braids out. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do any hair maintenance and all for me to recondition and treat my scalp and my braids took about 15 to 20 minutes. You know, because I want it to really be thorough and not miss hairs and just get in there and really not neglect any part of my hair. So, and then I just ran oil down the braids right in my hand, and then I took my mane and tail and moistened it, and I did a little lotion around the edges, and we're good and nourished. I'm gonna put my wig cap on and call it a night. I'll be back tomorrow to see how my braids are handling life. I can even restyle the braids if I want, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is for now. Less is more. My goal was to reduce time on just maintaining all this hair now. You know, it's a lot of hair at this point. And I'm grateful for it. I worked for it, but it's a lot of times. Definitely time consuming, and I'm definitely having flashbacks to being a teenager and everybody complaining about how much time it takes me to do my hair, but it just takes a long time to do my hair. That's just how it is. So anyway, this hairstyle did not take a long time for me to do today. It took me in total probably a half an hour because in the morning I conditioned it and all that, and that's probably why it was in good shape all day and didn't like dry out, get fuzzy and all that. Even in the rain and humidity, is still in really good fresh shape. And then tonight I again conditioned it. So in total, that's probably about a half an hour versus 4 hours, like 2 hours trying to go through it all in the morning and then another 2 hours at night, you know, it's a bit much. I mean, that's if I do it right. If I'm cheating, I'm cutting corners. Yeah, I could do an hour in the morning and an hour at night. But at this point, my hair is at a solid hour just to comb and brush all of it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have like matted sections, and just to section it. They always talk about the magic four sections. I have to split those sections up, or I'm not gonna really get in or get down to the scalp. And it's not because you can see my hair texture. It's not because the hair is dense. It's because there's just a lot of it. And if I really want to, treat my scalp and do it right so that my hair will grow and stay in good condition and healthy, then I have to put in that time to make sure that it happens. I used to just cut my hair. That was my solution. It started taking too long. It started using too much conditioner. I was spending too much money. Boom, scissors come out. I didn't think anything about it. That's what was going to happen. Every few months, every 2 months, cutting happened. I'm not cutting now. So I'll see how long, and I'll try to see, how far I can go, how long it will take, and how far I can go not cutting and, just keeping it healthy and doing what I got to do, exploring different styles that's going to help to mitigate and alleviate the amount of time intensiveness that's happening. So I want to decrease time intensity. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. I don't believe it, not for a minute. You're running.